Hey guys, Artosis here, bringing you game number 3 of the BSL round of 8 match between Mihu, the defending champion, and Boa, the American Protoss player. Now, big cheers to Zero for letting me do these BSL reps. This is a lot of fun. I love seeing the very best of the non-Korean scene play. Really interesting to see their styles kind of clash against each other. And I hope that you guys are enjoying as well. Please do make sure that you're subscribing and hitting that notification button. It's really appreciated, guys. Thank you. So, couple things about this series so far. First off, I think that Boa really, we've talked it to death, but I do need to mention, I think he really messed up on that Eclipse game badly. Like that, it just did not need to look like that. He knows that. Mihu knows that. That's an unfortunate loss because that's like the best map for Protoss. That previous game on Goodnight, I think he played really well. Like we saw, I think, a lot closer to what Boa's skill actually looks like, and he was able to take Mihu down. Mihu is like just about unkillable, but that doesn't mean you can't get way ahead of him. But yeah, it's kind of fun to see Mihu's style because he really plays different from all the other Terrans, not just non-Korean Terrans, but Terrans in general. No one in Korea plays like him either. But yeah, he's got some really trademark things. Like he's very unit heavy, very late on upgrades, very attack heavy, and totally willing to trade armies. And I think part of that is this guy actually produces more SCVs than everyone except for Last. If you guys remember Last, the champion of KSL and ASL, one of the best players ever. Retired now because he does have some wrist injuries, and actually went to the military as well. But anyways, Mihu is on his level of producing SCVs. It was actually absurd that he was on 71 SCVs on 2 bases. Like that's not even considered good, but Mihu does well, Last does well, so yeah, there's something to it. But I think it just kind of allows the remaxes to occur, but then if you just keep him low on bases, I think Mihu starts to struggle a little bit. So I think Boa's aggressive plays were really, really good and worked out very well against Mihu in that previous map, Goodnight. Now, we're on Monopoly. This is a 3-player map. As we saw, there's already been like a little bit of harassment going on. Everything looking pretty normal. We're going to see, Mihu throw down his factory here. Boa just with a forward gateway. He is getting his Cybernetics core also. But yeah, this is just 2 very normal openers going at it right now. We'll see if Boa can actually get any damage done. This SimCity is very good, so I suspect it won't be very much. You might get a little bit though. We'll see. Especially if the latency is a little bit off, it can be tough to get your Marines out of the way in time. And especially when this happens, right? The Zealot has kind of run by. Like, you got to really be on top of that Marine pullback. As you see, this guy's so close to being hit. And he does take another hit there, but pulls back through that micro hole. And it looks like this Zealot's pretty well held. But what he wants to do is stay alive until this one gets up. And actually, he killed one and put some damage on the other. It takes 3 full health Marines to kill his Zealot on open ground. So, kind of nice that he picked one off. But, of course, as he sees 3 here and the SCV, no reason to stay. Now, back at home. Oh. Okay. Well, Boa right now going for a DT rush. You know what? I think Boa is showing that he's actually quite a smart player. One thing to mention, though, look at this. Okay, he does cancel a couple of queued SCVs, but he had 4 SCVs queued there. He's back to mining gases. This might turn into an FD push, which would probably be a good thing for Mihu. Let's see if he starts mines. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so FD is fake double. It's basically you go mine tank with Marines, and you kind of do a little pressure out. Now, Mihu thinks something might be up. I think, right? And he's definitely right. There's going to be DTs on the way, and very, very quickly as well. I heard an SCV die. Let's just double check. Yeah, this has a kill on it. So an SCV saw that there was no natural. So he's going to get the mines really, really quickly here. But this many DTs coming out, there is the possibility that Boa just pushes through mines and gets the win. Okay, yeah, you see the Zealot here? Actually, it's really important to kill the Zealot if you can, because the Zealot will drag 3 mines by itself, so it's like a whole vulture's worth. But yeah, 3 DTs are on the way. Mines are being produced. Let's see what Mihu puts on next. It looks like he wants another factory. He's very heavy on gas right now. Okay, Boa does lose the Zealot, but here, look, this is the part that's really important right now. The mine, oh my god, they walk right past. They walk right past her. He should really split these, though. Okay, very good, very good. This one has taken no damage. It's getting into the mineral line. There's an eBay being made. Dude, this is like, this might just be over. Like, when DTs start getting in like this, it is the worst case scenario. Now, there is an attack coming up, and Boa actually didn't leave anything at home. Okay, he is bringing up a single DT. He's got to pick off as much as he can. Okay, perfect. Perfect defense there from Boa. The DTs, where... Wait, what? Oh, a DT actually followed the SCVs down to the natural. A little bit of a mistake there for sure. Oh, God, now he's... No, no, no. Okay. DT's still walking forward here. This is hilarious, by the way, because one tank beats one goon and there's no other gateway. So, unless he rallies another unit down here, this is highly annoying. Okay, so the DT has gotten some decent damage. We haven't seen as much damage as I would have liked from Boa's point of view, but it's almost there. Like, one good mine drag, maybe. Oh, my God. Okay, well, that's enough. 14 SCVs to 24 probes right now. There are double command centers, so we'll give him that. Oh, loses that DT as well. That is a lot of damage, man. But let's take a realistic look at this, okay? Double command center. Wait, there's still DTs here. Oh my god, this is crazy. Goes after another siege tank here. Oh, that's a siege tank that was attacking. He's going to be able to pick that off, it looks like. Wow, what a bad situation. Even going to take out this comm set. The one in the main base hasn't even been started. So highly annoying. Forces the lift off. Still has to wait for a scan. But yeah, okay, so it's 27 workers to 17. And now he's got his second Nexus up. This game, like, if Mihu left, like, if any Terran player left, I would be like, yeah, that makes sense. But Mihu doesn't leave games. Like, this guy tries to the bitter end every single time. We saw that last season. We've already seen it in that previous game against Boa. But one thing I want to talk about while we watch Mihu struggle to not be dead here is that I think that Boa's decision here was really, really, really good to go hidden DT. Because a lot of Mihu's builds are very siege tank heavy early on with a slightly later eBay. And you saw that, right? Like, he got punished here. DT builds, like, the type of play that Mihu shows a lot of the time is very, very strong when DTs are not a big part of the meta. But DTs have been making a little bit of a comeback, I think. I've definitely seen them a little bit more on ladder, a little bit more in pro play. We'll see if that continues to be the case, but yeah, you can really get punished for that. Now, some mines are going down. This is a lot of Dragoons against a single siege tank. There's no siege mode. He's really relying on these mines right now to keep the goons back. Looks like Boa will back up for now. Robo is coming up. And, oh my god, he doesn't even have goon range yet. We're 9 minutes in, no goon range. Kind of a crazy game thus far. And a huge worker lead for Boa. He's like almost double the workers right now. But this is not a bad idea for Mihu. Going into dropship. If he can get a drop-off and equalize that worker count, suddenly this could be anyone's game, right? Like, I still think it's going to be Boa favored, even if he gets Boa down to, like... Well, if you get Boa down to 25 probes, then, yeah, he has some flexibility to get things done. But there's not that much production. No upgrades, no armories or anything like that here for Mihu. Now, his dropship going to go across the map. Ah, okay, so Stargate, I think Boa is just... Well, he could go Arbiter here, right? Because he has the Templar attack. But you could go Carrier as well. Okay, he does go Arbiter. But here comes the drop. Let's see what Mihu can get done. The Vulture's coming in, lays some mines, but honestly, I think he should be diving on probes. This is less about mines, more about probe kills. And he's gotten a few so far. And I'm sure he'll get like 2 or 3 more, but it looks like we're about at the end of it. So he kills off like, what, 4 probes or so total? And I mean, it's worth the Vultures. It's certainly worth the Vultures, but yeah, I guess at the end of it, Boa not that badly injured. He has his 3rd Nexus up now as well. See a Forge coming up, kind of a funny location, but definitely for some anti-drop. You definitely want, once he's shown the dropship, to make sure that you have a cannon in each mineral line. So these things will deal with themselves. These Vultures dealing right now with the Templar Archives as well. No more DTs or High Templars or anything like that. Okay, the 1 Siege Tank, 2 Vulture drop. Now, the Observer saw that, and I think it's pretty likely that he actually saw it with his eyes, too, because we saw the Observer turn right before it came on. So Boa was probably looking at the Observer right then. We'll see if this dropship actually gets any damage done. With three Dragoons here, yeah, he scans ahead and sees, nope. No way, no how. All right, Vulture's kind of rotating through right now. This defensive photon cannon going to finish up before they can get over there for any harassment. Fourth factory for Mihu. Almost halfway done here on that +1 attack. Siege is up here with this drop. Ooh, Boa just dives on the Siege Tank. It's the only thing he cares about. He knows it's the only thing that can screw him up here. And I mean, it's pretty inefficient the way that he's taking the engagement, but that's completely fine. Just blowing it up immediately, putting an end to any damage that could have occurred, I think is the right play there for Boa. Looks like we're going into a more heavy upgrade game here for Mihu. Stasis coming out for Boa right now as well. Really looks like a game that Boa has to screw up to lose right now, though. You know, that early DT play did so much damage. And, I mean, the subsequent drops haven't done enough, I think. We're to about equal workers, but with a 3rd base up here for Boa, as well as a considerable more army supply. Yeah, again, just kind of a tough position. I do like, by the way, that Boa is going into stasis here. I think what he needs to do, basically, is take a very good engagement against Mihu's troops, because that's really what Mihu, like, the strongest part of his play is just making big armies and trading them reasonably well. So, yeah, I think if Boa just focuses on fighting well against an incoming push, just like we saw in Goodnight, that's going to do very, very well for him here, especially when he's already got this advantage. Boa taking the other main base right now as well. Looks like these Vultures trying to clear out these buildings. I'm sure he's going to want to take a 3rd base eventually. Running into mines a little bit here. Is Boa actually going to attack in? He may. All right, comes up and actually stasis some of the front tanks. Missile turrets flanking that Arbiter right there. Almost kill it off. And, I mean, the stasises actually make a wall that Boa can't get through very easily. Drops on top of the tanks with these Zealots. Is Boa going to be able to break in here? It's about as inefficient a fight as you can imagine, but Boa's got so much more. Trying to force his way in. Honestly, I think if Boa had stasis the high ground tanks, he would have just killed him here. As is, this wall that he made actually, I think, helped Mihu. So, yeah, I guess take a look at the supplies now. We're suddenly in a much closer game. All right, Boa trying to attack in once again. I guess he sees these 3 tanks way out in the front, trying to pick off what he can. Server tanking some shots. Not sure who for. And unfortunately for Boa, he just kind of gave his army up there. You know, he killed a couple tanks and a few vultures, but gives up a lot of his supply. And now he's down in workers. I mean, Mihu just never rests on that SCV production. But will he be able to get a 3rd base up and actually secured for a long time? The command center is floating over, as we see. Boa's army is not that large, so I don't know that he can actually slow it down right now. But Boa has taken another main base. Lots of gates being made. Throws the stasis down. I'm sorry, I'm kind of trying to figure out what the game plan is here. Like, that stasis, what does it actually do here? Like, unless Bo's choosing to attack, I'm not sure what, but I don't think attacking here is a really great move. Okay, he's going to. Runs into the minefield there, loses all of his zealots, basically, and then turns around. The Arbiter just barely does not get picked off. So another slightly wasteful attack. I think what we're seeing here, because again, I think Bo is quite a strong player, but he's not used to playing against a player like Mihu, who actually, like, the amounts of factories that he makes early on and like the army sizes he has, I think are really different from everyone else, right? Like, Mihu really does have his own style, so that might be something that's throwing Bo off. I bet you in these types of positions regularly, Boa just attacks in and wins, but Mihu is holding his ground. He's splitting up, he's relaying his mines, throwing down some missile turrets and everything, and now he's got a 3rd base. Now, the 3rd base is landing as the 4th is already saturated here for Boa, so Boa certainly still has the lead. There is a mine down here preventing the next base that Boa does want to take. Monopoly, it takes a while to walk around, but it doesn't really have that many bases. So this is one that you could, I guess, try to make slow down to a crawl to try to win on. Also, I hadn't thought of this, but actually I think Monopoly might be stylistically really good for Mihu. He loves to run vultures around to deny expansions like Mass Vulture. And because it's such a long travel distance around the edges of the map, this could work out really well. Like, if he lays a bunch of mines here, a bunch of mines here, and, well, I guess there's too much up here for him to really break right now, but some decent ideas for the vulture movement at least. All right, Mihu continuing to produce. Boa very close to maxing out. Fewer workers, though. Now, here comes an Arbiter. Oh, my God. Don't forget, this thing only has 5 actual health. Okay, flies in with another one. Gets a big recall. Oh, my God. Right on top of the mines. Down goes a shuttle as well. And suddenly, Boa losing like 50 supply there in a matter of seconds. Mihu completely ready for that recall. Boa moving up with his army towards the 3rd base now. All right, eats those first couple volleys. This does not look like a healthy place to attack into. Really good siege tank placement. Some great depots in here. The floating barracks will tank a lot of Dragoon hits as well. Maybe going to go for another recall here. This one's so low on health, even turrets can kill it. We'll see if he gets a good one off. It looks like this is probably what he's going to end up recalling. Is he actually going to go? Oh, look at this. Mihu has really spotted it because of that floating engineering bay. But Boa does not have to go in and recall. He can just sit that there for a little bit. Taking another base right now. Double Arbiter still going strong. Another Arbiter over here. Look at this. 2 health, 5 health. Very, very low stuff. Nice EMP goes off. Doesn't have to worry about that for 3 minutes now. It takes it 3 minutes to get 150 energy back. All right, Mihu now maxed out when Boa is not. But once again, look at that worker differential. We do have more army supply for Boa, but honestly, you got 2-1 here. You got this many science vessels. And as far as spellcasters go for Boa, I believe it's only stasises. So, I mean, you got to get some good ones. If he can get these vessels, that would be a huge start. Does not, unfortunately. Now here comes this push. There's a huge amount of Boa army over here, by the way. It looks like he might be setting up a recall. Yeah, in fact, he might recall on the backside of this army. Let's see if that's what he does. Let's zoom way out here. The frontal attack is coming in, and here's the recall. No, it didn't get recalled. All these units are all, like, squished together, so I think that was the plan. Oh, boy. This is an engagement gone wrong here for Boa. Well, this push is starting to look deadly, honestly. Mihu's still maxed out, still just plowing forward right now. Nothing left here spell-wise, like a very red Arbiter flying down. Boa rallying out as many Zealots as he can. He may still be able to clear this. Oh, God, or just barely not, it looks like. A little bit of a heartbreaking game right now. This was such a one position from Boa, and just a few wrong moves, and Mihu able to come back from the depths of hell this game. Well, I mean, okay, let's take a look. Boa has no probes here. Low probes, very good, pretty good. Okay, so he's still got some economy. Mihu right now is mining from this base, and that's it. You know, this is part of Mihu's style, is he runs out of minerals much quicker than everyone else, because he just makes so many workers. Doesn't have a 4th CC up yet. There's still a chance here for Boa. Not a very big one, though. I definitely am expecting for Mihu to be able to finish this one off. I think at this point you set up a little contained, like 4 tanks or so, some mines, send the rest of your army and go kill bases. And I think if he does that, it's probably going to be enough. All right, the Arbiter's getting ready here for Boa to try to make something happen. It might be his last chance. 3 are out right now. Shank's moving up. Looks like he wants to start taking out these fringe bases. Leaves 5 tanks, so yeah, same type of idea here. Very nicely done. This base going to be taken out quickly. The probes at it, unfortunately, going to end up falling here for Boa as well. Bringing his army over. Oh, it's too bad. Like, he actually has enough army to clear this, but he's going to lose all of his probes, it looks like, or very close to. Okay, another recall here on top of those sea chinks. The vultures do run out, so he actually ends up saving 6 probes, which is much better than none. Oh, Boa gonna push this all out. In fact, he has enough here to clear out this army as well. Well, actually, we're starting to get some good volleys. Should be bringing some units down from the main. Looks like he doesn't have very much there. Great D-Matrixes go down here as well. Storm on those sea shanks. Oh my God, just barely not enough. Some good micro there. 3-2 upgrades finishing just in the nick of time as well. And we are definitely right near the end now. Mihu rallying the rest of his troops. And the last couple of real outposts here of Boa are under attack. Well, with this going down, you know, we saw in those previous games Mihu is someone who fights to the last unit, and so is Boa now, I guess. You know, he's got, like, what is this, 6 units up here. He's got just a handful of gateways producing, not much bank. He is trying to get this one back going, up and mining everything. Has up to 8 probes now. Has some arbiters. Okay, throws down stasis on some of the Goliaths. But obviously, this is not going to be enough. Maybe he tries to recall on top of that or something, but I think that Mihu just has enough units no matter what the choice is. The recall on top of this army. Nice D-Matrix. Hey, good Mind Drag right there. But at the end of the day, this expansion is going to end up going down. The double D-Matrix on these siege tanks, allowing him to keep so much damage here. And it does look like Mihu somehow, from the jaws of defeat, has grasped victory. It was really kind of an unwinnable position. I gotta say, it's interesting to watch, right? Because I think that Boa could have won all first 3 maps, and this map certainly should have won. Whatever your opinion on that Eclipse game may have been. But yeah, he was incredibly far ahead, and just between the dead recall here, a bunch of EMPs on Arbiters, the flanking recall for the main push of Mihu that he actually did not get off. You know, a bunch of little mistakes like that, and at the end of it, Boa is looking pretty dead now. Mihu getting yet another base up. And maybe the last hurrah of Mihu, but he actually doesn't have the energy for a recall here, unfortunately. 132, so we still got about 30 seconds left before he can get a recall off, but the Goliaths are going to find him, and I think he's just going to GG. There's really, really, really nothing left. He's at half the supply of Mihu. And that means Mihu up 2-1 is going to be feeling pretty good going into game number 4. Able to pick up a game like this, it's got to really build your confidence some. Not that he was lacking any before. And yeah, that should be about it. Mihu taking game number 3. Right? Boa maybe just letting this sink in a little bit. Maybe still a little bit in disbelief. All right, well, at this point, it's getting kind of silly. It's like he's AFK. Anyways, GG. I'm calling it. GG.